Hey guys, it's good to see you. Now, Chapter 7 has just released today, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's incredible. Okay, this is one of my favourite Season 1s already, and I know it's just been out for a day, but I want to gush. But before I can gush about this kind of stuff, I have to talk about the negatives of the season, because, you know, I want to get all the negativity out, so then I can just chill and talk about the good stuff. First off, the Typhoon Blade is back. But they made it worse somehow. That's right, I'm not lying to you guys. They brought that. It literally looks exactly the same, but now you can like dash in the air, and it's just really stupid and overpowered and all that stuff. As well, there's a lot of like weird guns, like for example, the weird new SMG, the like hollow SMG or whatever the hell it's called. Literally, right, is just the flipping Red Eye SMG. Which was a reskin of the Hyper SMG, which was a reskin of the Compact SMG. So it's a reskin of a reskin of a reskin, which, I don't know, it's just weird to me. But, you know, I mean, they've got to have new guns, you know, because that keeps players invested, which I don't think it does, but, you know, let's just keep on turning up at that. As well, can I just say, that's basically all the negatives I really have for now. I'm just going to talk about the good stuff. First off, the loot pool, okay? I don't care if there is a red dot AR. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't care, okay? This is just the same thing that we've had for multiple trailers, and I don't even really care much at this point because, like, yeah, they've just reskinned old guns. But you know what? At least in terms of the new dual-wield shotgun, at least they put effort into it. Sure, it is just attack. The dual wielding is simply visual, it doesn't change anything about it. I don't care, it looks cool, okay? It feels awesome shooting a dual wield shotgun. Even though it acts the exact same as a normal shotgun, it looks different. And you know what, when it comes to reskins, the look of something really does matter, and in terms of this gun, it makes it feel completely different, and I honestly really do respect that, in terms of this gun. And then we've got like the weird iron pump, which I can't tell if it's a slow fire or fast fire, but because it has actually quite a fast fire rate, but I could be very wrong because it, like, I'm assuming it's the pump equivalent, but it doesn't really feel like it if I'm completely honest. Like, but that could just be me being stupid. In this map, right, this is a pretty chill map, okay? Half the map being a desert is just nice. I really like the flipping weird painted palms biome, if that's what it's called. That is just really fun. You know, it just looks cool. And as well, I love the whole theme of this map, man. I mean, I actually kind of like it being a bit more realistic, because it sort of works a lot more of like this Los Angeles, LA, Las Vegas feel. Like, and as well, you know, I don't usually talk about battle passes on this channel. I mean, I did in my first video, but I don't usually. And this battle pass is actually quite solid. You got like the Hollywood girl and the one with the broken arm for some reason, and like, it's just a chill battle pass. And like, I know I haven't talked about the live event yet, but I know people talking about how good it is. I'm going to be completely honest. The live event was like okay. It wasn't the best thing in the world. It isn't the best thing since sliced bread, because there are many issues with it. One, once again, Jonesy was comic relief for some flipping reason. Like, dude, I don't get that. Can we just treat Jonesy as an actual person instead of just comic relief to Hope? Like, it doesn't really work that well, I don't think. But like, besides from that, just, I don't know. I mean, it was cool battling the Dark Presence, but I'm going to be honest, I haven't been following the story, so I don't really care. And I know that's how a lot of people are going to feel. Like, just because, like, it's a big battleground. And by the way, I know people are comparing this to Endgame and calling it flipping Fortnite's Avengers Endgame moment. That is a terrible comparison, okay? And that's coming from someone who thinks Endgame was badly written. At least, right, Endgame had 11 years of build-up over the span of 11 years. That sentence made no sense. As in, what I'm trying to say about sounding stupid, but I already sound stupid. So what I'm basically trying to say is that Endgame was built up, okay? Meanwhile, this wasn't really built up. Especially the return of the flipping, is it the Visitor? I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the Visitor. I could be wrong, but I think it's the Visitor. Because I'm going to be completely honest, I mean, they've had to flipping do a recap, which, okay, the recap was cool, but, dude, dude, they plan these animats. I'm sure they could have hinted at it a lot better throughout Chapter 6. Like, has Jonesy ever mentioned the Seven to Hope? Because, I mean, I don't give up with the story, but I don't think he has he? Like, it just doesn't really make much sense, in my opinion, because Hope isn't going to know who the hell he is, and then Jones is going to have to be like, oh, yeah, so... Because realistically, in universe... Like, I like how it's explained, but shouldn't it have been explained earlier? Like, I'm sure there were multiple moments where Jones could have mentioned during Chapter 6, like, oh yeah, Hope, we had this, I don't know if I've told you about them, like the Seven, and they disappeared and we don't know where they are. Instead of just exposition dialogue, which is exposition, like, because it's a flipping recap, like, oh, the Seven are gone, which I like how there's an actual explanation of what happened to them, but was there not a better way to explain it? Did they really have to do a flipping previously on Fortnite recap just to get it across? And also, can I just say, that cinematic trailer was actually really cool, because it feels so weird. I mean, Jonesy's missing a tooth for some reason, and... You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I never played Chapter 3 or Chapter 4. And I remember, right, when people talk about Chapter 3 and they're like, oh, the vibes of this chapter, it's really good, particularly, mostly Season 1 when they're saying that, like, oh, the vibes were so good, you know, and I never got that. As someone who didn't play Chapter 3, I never got that. I was like, gameplay matters more than vibes. But you know what? This is one of the few times where I actually completely understand in terms of Chapter 7, because the vibes on this map are unreal. Like, I love the flipping wingsuit. I know I haven't mentioned it yet, and also grenades are back, which I'm happy about. Not the stupid. The minigun's stupid though. Pardon me, sorry. But like, the minigun is flipping. Not the mini. Not the minigun. The wingsuit is awesome. It's like the flipping cape in Mario World, if you've played that game. I know Mario isn't that popular of a game franchise, but if you have played it, it's a pretty indie franchise. Like, you know, the cape feather, like it kind of feels like that. But, you know, this is kind of cool, because it's a cool movement line, but it is, like... oh my god, it'll make running from fights so easy, but, you know, since the... Oh, I haven't even mentioned that yet. Yeah, so there's no reload, no blitz, not even ranked battle royale. They're gone. They're locked. You can't play them. You can't play OG till, like, the 13th, or... It's either the 11th or the 13th of December, and you can't play reload or blitz till, like, the 3rd or 4th of December, which is actually kind of funny. You know, Epic had balls when they were doing that decision, because... Like, they've been disabled some pretty key modes. And I know the in-game reason is because the visitor or summon is here. But, like, realistically, like, no, it's because they want people to play the Battle Royale mode. Which, to be fair, I don't know. Like, in terms of actual flipping Season 1s, right? In terms of a Season 1, this is probably... I mean, I know this is a first impressions here, for God's sake. Like, I don't know if this is my favourite Season 1 so far, because, man, the thing is, right, I expected this season to be good, because most Season 1s are good, okay? At least in recent memory. I never played Chapter 4, but Chapter 4 seemed to have a good Season 1. Chapter 5 was... I don't care, it was a good Season 1. Chapter 6 and Chapter... Like, Season 1s are usually good, and it's because of just the vibe of them. Like, I love the... Like, it just... I don't know what it is about this map, but it just makes me feel like a kid again, even though I am a kid. I'm only 13, what the hell am I on about when I was a kid? Like, it reminds me, like, of when I started playing Fortnite, you know? I think it was mainly that cinematic, like you know, them running around, messing around. It just reminds me of when I first started playing Fortnite, back in, like, 2018, December 20... Oh, man. Especially if it's the Christmas time now. It makes me feel even more nostalgic, because like... I remember it right. December 25th, I don't remember it, but I remember getting my Nintendo Switch, and one of the first games I played was Fortnite, man. And if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for my brother playing Fortnite, I would not have this channel. I would not be making Fortnite videos, and, man, you know, tomorrow's flipping December, for God's sake, and... You know what, I wasn't going to reveal it, but I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to be doing some big stuff for December. You know, I'm going to be posting a video every single day for you guys, because, you know, it's December, it's the season to be jolly. That noise was my chair, I promise. I'll be doing some crazy stuff for December, including, like, I won't spoil everything, but I'll be doing, obviously, daily videos. I'll be trying to do longer videos for you guys, but I'm not going to keep that promise, because there might just be no content to talk about. And, yeah, You know, this is a good map. I love the map. I love the flipping. I love everything. I don't love everything though. Like the thing is, right? I was gonna like start talking about how all of these crazy items are unbalanced, but there's no ranked for God's sake, which is actually kind of weird. I think they're gonna rework ranked because if this was a ranked loot pool, it would suck, okay? Because the flipping, I've not even mentioned the red-eye assault rifle anymore. Dead-eye assault rifle, because it is a stupid gun, okay? It looks lazy. It is literally just the basic assault rifle, but they gave it a tiny little scope. No one wanted this kind of gun, but I can't be bothered anymore. We're talking about flipping red dots, because I made several videos about how red dots suck, particularly recently, and I just can't be bothered to be like, Epic's making unbalanced, because I just can't, really. Like, listen, maybe near the end of the season, I might start talking about it, but for now, man, I'm just enjoying this season. Like, it's weird, 'cause this feels way more like a summer season, you know what I mean, than, probably because, you know, LA, you know, the shore, half the map's sand. It doesn't really feel like a, like, wintry kind of season, but I respect it. I respect a lot about this chapter. Then, like, I do not care, right? Chapter 6 was the build-up to Chapter 7. And I will keep to that opinion, because they're planning big, right? The 7 are the Fortnite story, and then, even if them bringing back feels a bit, like, forceful, you know, I'm just happy they're back, because they are the Fortnite story. Without the 7... You know, what would Fortnite's story be? Well, Donald Mustard, what would Fortnite's story really be? And even if the explanation is a recap, I like how at least we have an explanation of no one knowing where they went, which is a kind of a record, because they got flipping, like, Chrome, didn't they? Like that's I feel like that would make the most sense, that they died, but, you know, since they never said they died, and due to the fact that Donald must have left during vibing, and chapter 4 was a mess. I never played it, but just looking at it from the outside looking in, it looks like all of Donald Mustard's last ideas were just taped together. You know, because does Chapter 4 have a story? This is an actual question. For people who played Chapter 4, I'm seriously asking you guys, did this chapter have a story? Like an actual story? Because I get there was the time machine, but did the rest of the chapter have a story? Because, just looking on the outside in, I don't really think there was. I mean, I know Geno? Was that his name for being Geno? You know, like, dude, oh, I haven't even mentioned the flipping self-revive device yet. Like, you can pick up this self-revive device, which is, like, really expensive, like, a lot of gold, and, like, it knocks you even in, if you're about to get killed, and, you know, I think you know how it works. Honestly, though, I mean, I used it in the game, right? I got, top 2, I got shot in the head with a shotgun. I got knocked, and it takes, like, 10 seconds I don't know if it was just me at the time, but it takes, like, a while to do it, and obviously the dude shot me to death, and then I died. Like, I find it kind of weird that you get knocked and then but to be fair, I don't know how else you would really do this kind of item. So, I don't know, usually when I do criticism, I like to have it, I like to say what I would do it better, but in terms of oh yeah, and also, I don't think there's any boons anymore. I can't find any medallions on the map. I could be very wrong about that, but I've not seen any medallions, which I'm happy about. If there is no medallions, I'm happy about that, because I don't like medallions. They're really boring. Listen, for Chapter 5, medallions were really broken, sure, but they were that chapter's gimmick. They're like augments. They're like the flipping tent from Chapter... Does anyone remember that? The flipping tent? And that's an actual question. Does anyone actually remember the tent? Because, I mean, I didn't play Chapter 3, obviously, I've said before, but it doesn't really seem that memorable, a flipping tent. But... man, you know, I'm actually happy to be away from the Chapter 6 map, because... Man, my investment in that map just got screwed over, and I hope the season does what Chapter 1 did and builds upon itself. I hope when Season 2 comes out, it doesn't replace several locations. It builds on what this map's qualities are, that being the America theme. You know, Epic Games is based in America. They should have a good reference. Please, Season 2 should at least keep to that theme. But, you know, I'm going to stop worrying about the future. I'm going to keep to the present. This is a great chapter so far. I really love this map. Epic, you've done a good job here. Even if there's a lot of stuff that I don't like there's a weird laser minigun, like red scope ARs, they've just redone the whole loot pool. I just don't care at this point, okay? At the end of the day, guns are guns. Like, sure, they could have brought back the tack and pump. Sure, they shouldn't have a red dot AR. Sure, they shouldn't have a red dot hollow scope SMG for some reason, which is still annoying me. But does it matter? If the game's fun, then does it being reskinned matter? I don't know how to answer that question. But hey, that's pretty much all I've got to say. Oh, my foot. No, that isn't what I've all got to say, because I flipping remember the terrible 6-7 joke, which, no, it wasn't actually that bad, okay? Chapter 6, Chapter 7, 6, 7. It was funny, right? I remember, right? I saw this kid flipping do the 6-7 thing, and he fell over. I don't know why, I just remember it, and it was pretty funny. So, man, it's pretty much all I've got to say. So, and by the way, shouts to Mr. Morgan and Burnley May 20 and Kodan FN, I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologise if I pronounced it wrong. And yeah, it's all I've got to say. So many ways. See you next video, guys.